Hello everyone, welcome to PTE Reading Filling the Blanks Real Exam Question Series. This is 30th video in this series. It means that we have already discussed 29 highly repetitive and real exam questions and have discussed the tips and tricks to crack them. So let's get started with today's video. My name is Bhrat Brij and I have scored a perfect 90 in all the 10 skills of PTE, and now I discuss the reading hacks, tips and tricks so that you guys can also crack your reading, whether your target score is 79 plus, 65 plus or 58 plus. I want you guys to achieve your target score in first attempt, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel because we post such informative videos on a daily basis. PTE Reading, it has an integrated timer which runs for 32 to 41 minutes, and it has 5 question types, and it is not scored out of 90. The total score is 47. We are going to see the scoring in a while, and today's topic, which is reading filling the blanks, is the second last question in the order of reading questions, and this is the real scoring. As you can see, the reading module is just of 47 marks, and from that reading filling the blanks contributes 15 marks. And this is today's topic, and as usual I'm going to give you 30 seconds to skim through it, and then we are going to see how to solve this reading filling the blank using our strategies, tips and tricks. Okay, I'm back. So now let's discuss these things. You know that first of all, we do the skimming, and in skimming what we see, we understand the gist, the topic is about, we see the tone, whether it's positive, negative, neutral tone or academic tone, and then we see tenses. For tenses, we see past tense, present tense or future tense. So now let's quickly skim it. There are many theories about how ancient Egyptians something the pyramids. An early idea is that pyramid builders constructed a large ramp, pulled the stones. And however, nowadays people feel something because calculation showed cannot needed for pyramid itself. Some researchers say the building mechanical pulley system done on the ship, but this theory correct either because technology didn't exist, aliens could have helped, and people as crazy, but it's ancient Egyptians, ingenious people. Okay, so what do you mean by ingenious? Ingenious means something who is very clever, creative, intelligent. Okay, so over here we are talking about the pyramid construction. We had talked about in past how they would have constructed. We have seen how they would have handled in present, what people think about them right now. So let's get started, and the blanks in this are the perfect example of models. And if you haven't gone through the models basics, it will be very difficult for you to crack this filling the blank correctly and within the time frame. And we teach our students in detail the models because they are very important. Grammar overall is very important to crack your PTE reading. So let's get started. There are many theories about how the ancient Egyptians, the pyramids. Now you feel that something is missing over here. It would be built, constructed, made, because we are talking about the pyramids, okay, and their construction. If you see the build, the structure, this is known as forward reading. Okay, so we have done some forward reading, and through forward reading we know that what previous lines would contain. Okay, so we are talking about here building the structure. So let's see the words which have building the structure, something like that. Might have said, doesn't make sense. We are not speaking. Might have built, yes, it makes sense. And if you see the ones which I am underlining, they do not have any verb except may have helped, but it doesn't make sense. Could have been doesn't make sense. Must have been. So these do not make sense. Or may have used the pyramids. Yes, you can say may have used, could have come, but over here in the after reading, from forward reading we know that we are not talking about the usage, so that's why it will not be may have used or may have given. So the only appropriate blank over here is might have built. Okay. And one thing now students ask, so why we are using might here, why we are not using may here. So two reasons are there why you cannot use may, because first we are talking about the past tense, it's already been built, so we are going to use might, and might is when you are having a very less probability, and like you do not have confidence or assurance that okay, this was the true case, but you think okay, it might be, let's say let 10, because there are many theories, right? And you are not sure. If you would have been sure, you would have given just one theory, but you are floating around 10 theories. So it means that you are not sure which is the primary one, which is the correct one. And this is the meanings of models which we teach to our students in grammar course, that where you have to use might. Okay, moving on to the next one. An early idea is that pyramid builders something constructed a large ramp. Okay, so now we are talking about an early idea or a theory, and now what we have to fill over here, pyramid builders, the people who built the pyramids, could have, would have, should have constructed a large lamp, something like this. So let's see what blank we have, and I have said could have, so over here we have could have also, right? How they would have done this, they could have. And again, why we are using could, two reasons, we are talking about the past tense, so that's why it will be could. So you need to know that which you have to use, because else it will be very confusing. You do not know when to use those particular model, it will be very difficult. So we are going to use this one, and we are going to fill it over here, which is could have constructed a large ramp with which they pull the stones. Okay. However is now used for contrast, and nowadays means current. So see, the tense has transitioned from past tense to present tense. So now our verb form will also change. So now we are going to see nowadays people feel this so, because calculation shows that amount of material needed to this something as much as was needed for pyramid itself. So they proposed an idea that they would have built a RAM, but then contrasted it, like in the current era people do not think so, right? Because if you are contrasting, you have to use the negative over here, and what negatives we have in present form, we have cannot over here, and rest of them are not negative, so we just have cannot over here, so it's going to be filled over here, and it is going to be the present tense also, because we are talking about the current time, the current opinion of the people, and opinions are always in present tense, so it will be cannot be, right? Cannot be. So if you see, now we are simply using our knowledge of tenses and models to solve this, which is core grammar, even if you understand the concept or not, but we are using our knowledge to solve the reading filling the blanks. Needed to do this as much as was needed for pyramid itself, means the material which was needed to build this, do this, right, was as much as for the pyramid. So now let's see which blank would come here. Might have said no, it cannot, and now we have started doing process of elimination. That is our best friend forever. In that we simply remove the wrong options, and whatever we are left with, then we try to see which one is the best fit. Might be to this might be as much as was needed, doesn't make sense. It cannot be, because you are talking about a positive, so you have to be something in a positive. Could be as much, yes, you may say, but could tells you a probability, but you have done some calculations. Okay, so you are affirmative, means you are sure that this cannot be the case, so this is the reason you cannot fill could be. May again tells you the probability, so that's why it couldn't be, and same is for could have been. Now we are left with must have been. May have, no, doesn't make sense, because that is telling you the probability. Must means that you are sure, and the calculations you have done, so that's why you are sure now that it was that case, so that's why it will be must have been. Okay, the material needed to do this must have been as much as was needed for the pyramid itself. Some researchers say that the builder something a mechanical pulley system to lift the blocks, as was often done on ships. Now what you may put up over here, you are talking about a probability, right? Some researchers say that. So the probability, positive probability is told through may. Yes, when you have to tell about positive probability of something happening, it is told through may. And when you talk about the negative probability, it will be might. So we are now going to eliminate everything except the positive probabilities. So we are simply doing process of elimination, and now we have left with may have helped, may have given, or may have used. Okay, so what out of these three is going to best fit is may have used, because may have helped, they cannot help a mechanical pulley, right? May have given, they cannot give it. So only thing which is left is may have used a mechanical pulley. So we are going to put that over here. So they may have used a mechanical pulley to lift the blocks, as was often done on ships. But this theory correct either because the technology didn't exist at that time. So we are saying this theory, yes, cannot be correct because we are talking about negatives over here, but we are using contrast. So, and it's a negative, so we have to find one negative word, this theory, and we just have one negative word remaining, which is cannot be. So it will be put up over here. Cannot be correct either because that technology didn't exist at that time. Moving on to the next blank. There is even a theory that aliens from outer space. Right now we have to again put up, there is even a theory that aliens from outer space, but of course again contrast, this idea could only come from people who something a little crazy. Okay, now again a theory, probability, possibility, and possibility is told, positive probability, possibility is told using may. So what we are going to do, we are going to eliminate all other words. So that's why you must know models, meaning their usage, context, only then you can solve this reading filling the blank quickly. So aliens from outer space may have helped, yes, makes sense, or may have given. It would be may have helped, right? May have helped, but of course the idea only come from people who a little crazy. Now who might have said a little crazy doesn't make sense. Might be little crazy or could be little crazy. Now this is a tricky one, right? Could have been little crazy, you would have said okay. Must have been, yes, this can also be there. May have given doesn't make sense. So now you have four options to fill, and it's a confusing one which is going to come over here. If you know the correct meanings, if you have attended our grammar lectures, you would have known that yes, this is the reason. Over here the answer will be might. Why might will come over here? Because might is used in such cases also when you have to do some polite request, or you have to tell, or you have to suggest something in a polite way. So might is used. Now you cannot say those who are proposing must be means 100% they are little crazy. You cannot say that. And you cannot say could be. Could be is like a doubt. You are having a doubt. Are they little crazy? No. So the only one which is left is might, and might is used for politely. You can say someone little crazy politely. You do not say upfront you cannot be rude to that person that you are little crazy. So that's why it will be might be little crazy. What is certain though is that the ancient Egyptians now something very ingenious people. Okay, so let's move to the next blank. The options we have might have said. What is certain though is that the ancient Egyptians might have said doesn't make sense. Could be, yes, could be very ingenious people, or could have been very ingenious people, or must have been very ingenious people. May have given doesn't make sense. Okay, so now you are confused between could be, could have been, and must have been. First of all, you need to know the meanings of the models to solve this blank, and moreover, what is the difference between be and have been? There is a subtle difference. When I say he must be tired, or when I'm saying he have been tired, what is the difference? So when I'm talking about be, it means that immediate thing, like he has run for 10 kilometers, he must be tired. You are giving the logic, it has happened in the recent time, recent past, just now, something like this. But when we say he has run for 10 kilometers, he have been tired. Now we are suggesting that it has happened in the past. We are not sure when it happened, but it had happened. So we are talking about ancient past which has happened. So it cannot be over here. Okay. So we are going to eliminate could be. Now we are going to see the remaining two ones which are could have been or must have been. Again, could is with a little pinch of salt, or when you have a doubt that are they or aren't they. Okay. But we are telling that how they have constructed that. They are so much inventive, creative people that we are not able to find out till now that how they constructed the pyramids. We do not have answers for that. People are floating suggestions like aliens would have helped, they would have built pulleys. So many theories are floating around. So that's why they must have been, because only then they would have constructed this pyramid, else it wouldn't have been possible. Okay, so we are going to put must have been over here. Now let's see if all the answers are correct or not. Yes, all the answers are correct. So you see, if you have the basic knowledge of grammar, parts of speech, and process of elimination, you can easily solve your blanks. And these are some tips and hacks we teach to our students. Always remember, you have 2 or 2.5 minutes to solve your reading filling the blanks, and in first 30 to 60 seconds you are going to skim the content, and in next 90 to 120 seconds you are going to look for clues. You have to find pointers and use process of elimination if you have doubts. And all these strategies which we teach to our students are validated and proven strategies. And what's the proof? Proof is in the ticker below. You can see some scores of our students who have achieved their target scores. And these are some scorecards where students have achieved a 90 overall also. This is our WhatsApp number 8699121121. You can WhatsApp us if you want to take online coaching, institute coaching, or if you have any question or doubt. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel because we post such informative videos on a daily basis. We give wings to your dreams.